Good morning. This is just a quick video to show my oven setup for my polymer clay. At the shop that I sell my jewelry at locally, someone recently asked me how I bake my clay and keep it from burning or being undercured. And the subject seems to be coming up a lot lately on the online forums and groups that I belong to for polymer clay. This is a dedicated toaster oven. It's an old toaster oven. I've been using the same toaster oven for about 10 years now. It works well, but in the beginning I noticed that the temperature would spike. I will always keep this thermometer in there because it gives an accurate temperature reading, but I noticed it would go up to 300, 350, then down to 200, and that doesn't work with polymer clay. You can either have undercured clay or burnt clay if you have a lot of temperature spikes. So I learned from another person to put a piece of ceramic tile in the oven and keep it in there at all times. It absorbs and holds the heat. It helps prevent those temperature spikes, just keeps the temperature even in the oven, even if the element keeps going on and off. And when I do bake pieces that I don't want to have a shiny flat bottom, I will place them on a piece of quilters polyester batting. It doesn't burn, so don't worry about that. It doesn't melt. Not at the temperatures that you're going to be baking clay at, so there's not a problem with that. A lot of people do this. And I always tent it with a piece of aluminum foil. Just make sure that the foil is not touching your clay pieces. And that prevents the clay pieces from coming into direct contact with the heat from the elements. It'll prevent hot spots and burning, but it will bake thoroughly. There's not a problem with baking when you do this. So that's it. It's a dedicated clay oven. I do nothing else in this oven but clay. I have it sitting on top of my kitchen stove, and when I do bake, I put my fan on. And that keeps the fumes, if there are any fumes, which with the good clay these days there really aren't any fumes, but it just keeps the smell, the odor out of the house and keeps the air healthier. Years ago when I first started clay, the clay was quite smelly and stinky when it would it would be baking. And, you know, a couple of times I did have burning disasters in the beginning, and boy, did that really smell awful. And I had horrible headaches that would last for hours and sometimes a day. So just to keep the air in the house a little better, a little cleaner, I use the fan always. And that's it. That's my setup. Hope it helps. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Have a good day. Bye.